Let's talk about something that a lot of programmers see as just a chore, but is actually one of the most powerful tools you have, C++ comments. We're going to look at how these little notes can turn your code from a confusing jumble into something that you and anyone else can actually understand, months or even years down the line.
Oh yeah, we have all been there. You open up a project, maybe one you were working on just last week, you look at this brilliant function you wrote, and you have absolutely no idea what it does or why. It's a feeling every single developer knows, and it's not a great one.
Right? It's like you're some kind of archaeologist, but the ancient, unreadable script you're trying to decipher is your own handwriting. You end up wasting so much time and mental energy just trying to get back into your own head. It's a wild feeling. So, what if you could leave a map for that future explorer? Because let's be real, that confused explorer is probably going to be you. Well, that's exactly what comments are for. They're literally notes to your future self.
And this is the most important thing to get straight. Comments have zero, and I mean zero, effect on how your program runs. The C++ compiler just completely skips over them. Their one and only job is to help us, the human beings, understand what on earth is going on.
I love this analogy because it's so true. Just like the actual Rosetta Stone unlocked the meaning of Egyptian hieroglyphs, good comments unlock the meaning of your code. They translate the complicated how of the syntax into the much more important why of your solution.
Okay, so how do we actually write these little lifesavers? Well, in C++, you've got two main ways to do it, and each one has its own place and purpose.
So here are our two main tools. On one hand, you have your single-line comments. You just type 2 forward slashes, and everything after that for the rest of the line is a comment. Super simple. It's perfect for short, snappy notes. Then you have multi-line comments. They start with a /* and end with a */. You can write a whole paragraph, a whole story if you want, inside of those. These are for the bigger, more detailed explanations. And here's a classic example of a single-line comment in action. It's brief, it's to the point, it sits right above the relevant block of code, and it tells you exactly what that code is setting out to do. It adds context without adding any clutter. Beautiful. Now here's a multi-line comment doing some really heavy lifting. See, this isn't just a simple note. This is a critical piece of information. It's not just explaining what the code does, it's explaining why it's so important. It points out a major security concern. That is absolutely vital info for the next person who touches this code.
But look, just knowing the syntax, the // and the r/, that's just step one. The real art is learning how to write comments that are actually helpful. This is a skill that can really separate a good programmer from a truly great one. So, what's the secret sauce?
It pretty much boils down to these 3 rules. First, and most importantly, explain why you're doing something, not just what you're doing. Your code already shows the what. Second, keep your comments clear and to the point. No one wants to read an essay. And third, and this one is a huge deal, if you change the code, you have to change the comment. An old, outdated comment is way worse, and frankly more dangerous than no comment at all. This little comparison nails that why versus what rule perfectly. If your code says counter ++, we can all see that you're adding 1 to the counter. Writing a comment that says / add 1 to the counter is just useless noise. It adds nothing. But a comment like / move to the next item, now that tells us the intent. It gives us the purpose of that line of code in the grand scheme of things. Now that is a helpful comment.
At the end of the day, this is really the goal. Your code, combined with your comments, should tell a story. It should guide the reader through your thought process, through the logic. Without good comments, you're just leaving behind a cryptic puzzle for someone else to solve. And that someone else is often going to be you.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It is the golden rule of writing good code and good comments. It's all about empathy. Be kind to that future developer, leave them the breadcrumbs they're going to need to figure things out. Because trust me, one day that person will be you and you'll be so grateful you did.
So the next time you sit down to write some code, just ask yourself this question. What story am I telling here? Is it a confusing puzzle that's just going to frustrate someone later? Or is it a clear story that can be understood, maintained, and even built upon? The choice is entirely up to you.